What's up, boys and girls who watch my videos? Anyways, damn, my bad. Only reason I didn't post any more videos yesterday was because I had some shit to do. Or I had a football game, so yeah. So yeah, we did beat them niggas ass. I can't even lie. We whooped the shit out of them. All right. Anyways, yeah. This is part 5 for the Izuku had a secret relationship. We. Alright, my bad. Anyways, we left off where Izuku says she has a week to go. As fuck that shit saying Sunday? No, it's Monday. He has 6 days to go. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Basically, yeah. Cause I was fucking up. He had 7 days to go. If he was if it was on Sunday, I said 6. My little stupid ass. Like, anyways. Yeah. So Izuku he basically, uh, he basically says that, he says, so, challenge accepted, time skip, all of them, side little flag, wait, or no, time skip the last day, time skip the last day, whew, as, it's just Izuku, and, Mitsuki home, as, Bakugo, Katsuku, Bakugo is basically, AUA again. So yeah, he comes to check up on his mom sometimes, but yeah, and he'll check up on her today. Let's just say that. And today's Sunday, as he sees Mitsuki cleaning, as he sees Mitsuki cleaning. Shit, my nose stuffed. As he sees Mitsuki cleaning, she bends over. As she picks up some trash, as she turns around, as Izuku's right there behind her saying, I almost failed the challenge. Chuckling. As he says, he looks at his time. This is 10 o'clock. 10, 10, 7, 10, 17. This is 10:17. As he says, just a little bit more. I can fuck this shit out of her. As time skip, Izuku says, I'll be back. I'm gonna go out for a little. As she says, okay. Izuku leaves as he comes back around 11:45, trying to waste time, basically. He comes back. Basically, he goes back at 11:45. So yeah. He has to wait 15 minutes as he arrives at our door. As he sees another pair of shoes, saying, because you didn't know, if you didn't know, basically over there in like Japanese and like China and stuff like that. What I think of, or what I know of, because if you watch anime, basically you take your shoes off when you enter the house. So yeah. So he sees another pair of shoes as he's confused. Is it a Ralph? He said, "Taco." He said, "Taco." Anyways, bitch. Anyways, he sees another pair of shoes as he's confused. As bars. As he's like, no. As he says, those look a little bit too big for Bakugo. Like, what are you talking about? As he's like, is it? I forgot the name. I forgot his name. I'm gonna look it up real quick because I don't feel like saying that nigga. So yeah, or that random person. And dog. Alright, he says those shoes look a little bit too big for Bakugo as he hears voices, as he hears Mitsuki sing sorry Matsuru. I already have a boyfriend. As he says, no, hell no, we're not doing that shit. Fuck no, baby. As Izuku walks in the crib, or he walks, like, into the house as he sees Matsuru sitting on the couch as he sees Mitsuki coming. Let me rephrase that. He sees Mitsuki walking towards him, or towards the door, or towards the couch as she brings some tea, as she says, "Oh, Izuku," as he body figures and kisses her, looking at Matsuru dead in his eyes as he's about to sit down as no, as she sits down, and as she sits down, basically Izuku hey, he's like he says, "Mitsuki, what is he doing here?" As she says it's okay. He just wanted to. I don't know why he's here. I don't know why. As he looks at Matsuru, basically Izuku leaning closer to Mitsuki. As he says, "So Matsuru, you said you wanted to explain yourself." As he says, "Well, could we do it without?" As he looks at Izuku. As he says, "No." Izuku says, "No." As he says, he takes a good look at Izuku. Or Izuku takes a good look at him, saying, "You're cheap." As she says, "Izuku, calm down." As Izuku looks at his time, see, he has about 10 minutes left. He nods his head, saying, "Okay." Yeah, 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 yeah. As as he says, "No, you want to talk? Whatever you have to say, you say it." As he's like, "Wait a minute." He says, "Where did you just come from? America?" As he says, "Yeah." He says, "Yeah." As he says, "Mitsuki, listen, I know you have a boyfriend now, but he could just throw saying, but I've changed. I'm a different person." As he says, "Let me take you at least on one date, just to show you I've changed." As see people take him out, and as Izuku says, Mitsuki looks at Izuku as Izuku is looking dead ass into Matsuru's eyes as he says, "The fuck?" As Matsuru looks at him to basically feel Izuku's aura rising. As he says, "Calm down." If she doesn't, he says, "Calm down." As he says, "What is his quirk?" As clear my throat real quick. Izuku says, "I'm quirkless." Why? As he chuckles as he says, "Mitsuki, come on. I'm pretty sure he has explosions." He says, "I have an explosion quirk." Why this what bum has no quirk? Come on, Mitsuki. As he says, "Let me just show you." As he says, "Also, I'm packing something." As he says also something else got bigger as she looks at Masaru as Izuku. Izuku's like, he's really pissing me. He says, you're really pissing me off as he looks at him with red eyes as, or no, yeah, with red eyes as he basically body flickers in front of Masaru, basically holding him by his neck, about to rip his head off. As Mitsuki, after a minute, pulls Izuku off him, as Masaru says, you're crazy. As he says, don't worry. I'll get rid of you. As he looks at Izuku, as he runs out the house, as Mitsuki says, Izuku, there's no reason. She says, Izuku, there's no reason for you to be angry or upset. As he looks at her, as he says, I'll be back. As she says, no. She says, wait. As Izuku stops at the door, saying what? As she says, don't kill him. That's still Bakugo's dad. As he chuckles, saying, yeah, I won't. As Izuku says, she's going to release a finger. As he slams the door down and breaking it. As Izuku goes to go punch off some mountains. Because that's the only thing that not even mountains can hold his strength. So yeah. As Izuku gets home, it's about like 12:30. As he sees Mitsuki basically up, worried about him. As he checks his phone, seeing he has like 20 missed calls, and like 15 missed unread texts or messages. As he gets home quick, saying Mitsuki, as he gets home, locks the door. As he walks to the room, as he closes the door, and he sees Mitsuki sitting there with the cover over her. As she takes her shirt off. My bad, I froze. Izuku's not a she. Izuku, let me start saying their names, because, like, what if Izuku had multiple relationships? I kept saying he and she. So, yeah. So, Izuku basically walks into the room, seeing Mitsuki laying down, as he says Izuku. As he says Izuku, while he says no name. As he says Mitsuki, as she's sitting there, as he hears, basically like, he's sniffling. As he goes over there and gets in front of her, basically telling her that, or basically saying that, basically saying that, he says, he says, are you okay? As he removes the cover from off top of her to see her crying, as she, to see her crying, as she says, where were you? As he says, what happened? As he says, no. Yeah, she says, what happened? As she says, nothing, I was just worried. As she hugs Izuku. He says, I was only gone for 30 minutes. As she says, or Izuku says, or no, yeah, he says I was only gone for 30 minutes. As she says, it felt like longer. As he went for tears, basically saying, I'm sorry, and kissing her. After a few kisses, Izuku basically, hold on. After a few kisses, Izuku basically, he says, like, he starts kissing her, As she says, looks like he failed. As he says, check the time. As she looks at her clock, and like by her TV, he looks at her clock as he sees it's 12:30. As he chuckles, saying, "I know." As he chuckles, saying, "You know what time it is, right?" As she says, "Izuku, that doesn't count. You have to wait till it's like an actual new day." As she says, "It is." Izuku says, "It is a new day, 12 o'clock. Remember?" As she says, "No, I'm talking about like 6 o'clock. You can't. You have to actually." As he says, "You made up the rules." As she says, "Well, I'm changing the rules." As she says, "You can't do that." As he says, "That would be unfair and cheating." And and he says, "You know how I put his cheaters." As as um as she says, "Fine." As Izuku says, "Say less." I don't know if I doing a sex scene. It's not that I don't want to do it. Well, it's not that it is that I don't. It is that I don't want to do it. It's just that like that shit get boring. Like talk about the same stuff over and over. Like she's dripping, she's riding. She's boring. Anyways, I guess I'll do it. So yeah. Basically, she basically says, bet. Or you could say that as he starts kissing her, and damn it, he starts kissing her as she starts kissing him, rubbing on his chest and shit like that. As Izuku starts rubbing her on the booty cheeks, he's rubbing her booty cheeks. As as she says, she says, that's how Riki got. Okay, well, she says, getting pretty grabby over there. As he says, it's been tough holding this in for a week. As she says, remember, she says, you can't do it inside. And she says, you can't do it inside today. Today's not one of my safe days. As Izuku's like, shit. As he says, I'll try my hardest not to. As she says, promise me. Oh, no. She says, tell me you won't. She says, tell me you won't do it inside. As he says, I won't. As Izuku basically, he basically undoes her robe as he sees basically she has some black panties on. What's that panty shop? That be in the mall. Fuck. Like violet, like red. I don't know this. I'm not getting close. I forgot what it was called, but it's like popular as shit. Anyways, I don't fucking know. It's called. She basically has some black panties on. As sexy panties on. Not regular panties, black sexy panties. As he gets on top of her, basically saying, as no, she says you could just couldn't you? As he says, he doesn't shit. As he just starts going to work. As he basically starts seriously starts massaging her titties as she starts moaning. She starts moaning. And as she starts moaning, basically Izuku, or yeah, she starts moaning, and Izuku basically says, shh, 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 don't be so loud, as she says, no one's here, does it? Pause, moan, matter. As Izuku says, okay, as basically, should I do him like that with Bakugo? Should I? Should I do it like that? Bakugo come in. No, I ain't gonna do him like that. I will do it, but after the scene, after the second. Basically, as Izuku he basically moves her panties to the sides because he don't feel like taking them off. As she's basically wet, as basically Izuku basically starts fingering her as she says Izuku slow as she comes on Izuku's hand. As basically Izuku says, alright now. As basically he takes off his underwear, basically even him ass naked. No, she never said that. He takes off his underwear. Please forget that I just said that. So yeah, he takes off his underwear and he puts a Tim in as she moans loudly. As she moans loudly as Izuku basically says he says as he thinks in his head, I never thought I'd be fucking my supposedly friend's mom. As he chuckles, sticking the whole thing inside as she moans, wrapping her legs around Izuku. As he says, I guess she wants me to come inside. As she says, damn it, what am I doing? You have to move my legs. As she doesn't have the strength to. As Izuku basically starts beating her cheeks up. Simple. As after a little while, he comes inside of her. As basically her legs drop. As he says, shit. She says, shit. As Izuku says, he basically, basically she flips him over and now she's on top of him saying, I told you, don't do it inside. My bad. She basically says, don't do it inside. As she says, I told you to do it inside. I'm on my period. As she knows, she says, what if I get pregnant? As she says, I'll definitely get pregnant now. What will Katsuki think? What will, as she says, shh. You don't need to worry about all that right now. Just chill. If you get pregnant, I'm gone. As she says, huh? As he says, I can't pay child support. So, as he holds her shoulder, basically saying, no, I'm fine with child. That'd be fucked up though if he did that. He had that bitch. He don't pay child support. No. Anyways, he says, I'll be here. As she says, okay. As Izuku basically, he says, now how about we go for another round? As she says, no. After what just happened, I couldn't even control my body. And that, she says, and if I'm riding you, then I definitely won't be able to pull out. Or she says, you definitely won't be able to pull out. As Izuku says, hey, my pull out game ain't strong. Like, what you talking about? As she says, you just come inside of me. As he says, but you had your legs. As she says, but you have a very strong quirk. As she basically says, as Izuku says, you got a point. As she says, he says, you're right. As he says, how about we just, as he starts kissing her. As she says, no, she says, we're not doing anything more than just kissing, okay? As she says, nothing more. As Izuku shakes to say, yeah. As he basically starts kissing on he basically starts kissing on her. As she's like, he basically starts kissing her. As she says, damn it, I want him beside me again, but I can't risk it. As he basically feels her wetness dripping on his leg. As he says, are you sure you don't want me inside again? As she says, yeah. As she says, okay. As he puts his dick at her pussy. Or so that's what he thinks. As he sheds his cock in, as she screams, saying that's the wrong goal. As Izuku keeps going, as she, after a little while, she starts feeling, pleasure and shit. So put that hammer down, boy. Anyways, yeah. Time skip till morning. As Izuku is basically holding Mitsuki's cheeks as she's sleeping on top of him. As the door opens. The door opens as Izuku opens his eyes. Or no, he's still sleeping as him and Mitsuki are still sleeping from that wonderful night that they had. As Izuku, Bakugo says, what the hell? As Mitsuki wakes up saying, huh? As she turns around to see Bakugo. As she says, Bakugo, what are you doing here? As he looks at the person that he's on, that Mitsuki's on. As he says, I'm gonna kill you, Izuku. As basically Bakugo's body start turning like, you see, I was going to say black, but then I thought about what I was going to say, so I'm not going to say that. Let me rephrase that. His body started getting surrounded by dark lightning, like a darkish purple lightning. So yeah, his body gets surrounded by darkish purple lightning. As Izuku says, okay. He says, okay. I don't have to kill the boy. Just as Mitsuki says, Bakugo, calm down. As Izuku says, I might have to actually get up and fight him. I don't really feel like it, but shit. As he looks at Mitsuki saying, as Mitsuki looks back at him. As she says, I told you we can't just, I told you. As he says, he's like, what the fuck? You didn't tell me shit. Stop lying. Like, he says that in his head though. He's like, what the fuck? Why the fuck you lying? Yeah, anyway, she's like, why are you lying? Like, he's like, anyways, as Izuku says, he's like, shit. He said shit. As basically Bakugo starts walking towards him with every step there's a hole in the ground. As Izuku basically says, he says he's gonna explode. As he look at Mitsuki saying, basically kissing her, saying, we'll finish this out later. As she says, don't kill him, Izuku. As Izuku teleports away with Bakugo. And that's when we leaving it off. If it's past 30 minutes. Ooh. I'm lucky, boy. I'm lucky, past 30 minutes. Well, that bitch ass the shit, right? That bitch to get her lips wet. Anyways, bro, shit right, bro. Anyways, hope y'all enjoyed. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Yeah, peace out.